Hello guys. So this is my first video. Sorry for my sore throat actually, but it is what it is. This is my first video and on Grim Dawn, and this is about all the things, all the things for a beginner. All the things for a beginner in Grim Dawn. Um, all the things that you need to know, or wait, specifically, what does this game offer? Why do you want to play this game, etc., everything, all the question. This is like a beginner's guide for this game. Okay, so let's get into it. First of all, you can directly start main campaign or a custom game is multiplayer or ban kind of, or there is crucible. We will leave crucible, like that's later. Single player, we have multiplayer LAN. Okay, when did this come, bro? Okay, this is crucible, so it's fine. My bad. So we go to main campaign here. Main campaign is what everyone I I will play at least. So we create a character. When you create a character, let's say male or female, there is a mode called veteran. See, the thing is, in normal difficulty, it's like normal is like no challenge at all. You will never, probably never be killed, but it's fine to play normal for the first time if you are playing. But I don't think so. My first my first character was a pit build, and I played in veteran. I died a lot, but I think veteran is probably always a tick. Normal is just too boring because the thing is, it's it's there is nothing bro in normal. Just always play veteran. It's fine. They say it's for XP. I mean, if you have not played a ARPG at all, it's fine. It's fine. Or if you want to go through the lore, good to play normal easily. Fine. Hardcore, I don't think anyone should play for the first time. Hardcore, everyone knows one death. It's done. You just start fresh. So that's how it is. Um, yeah. Let's go with this. So I'll let you know. So this is our map. So the game has 7 acts. Like in POV, how each part of like each play not place, like everything is separated as acts, right? So this also has acts, but it's not shown properly. So the first act, our main place is Devil's Crossing, and our first act we go like this to Burwich Village, and at the end there are like a few things here. That is the end of Act 1. Okay, and Act 2 is where from here normally this is Devil's Crossing. Okay, this is Devil's Crossing. Normally this bridge is damaged, but you need to spend a few things to repair it, and you can go it early on. You can go to this place early on, but it's better to do after finishing this place. After finishing, because the story moves forward like this, so it's better to go. And the second act, I think honestly, the second act should be till full of Arcovia, foothills and old Arcovia, full of it. But actually, the Act 2 has Broken Hills and till Deadman's Gulch. This whole area is Act 2, okay? And Act 2 final boss will be here. And after that, this place. This place until here, until Darkville Gate, until this castle will be Act 3. Will be Act 3, and after Act 3, up from here up to the top Necropolis, up till here, it will be Act 4. These four acts were part of the base game, and yeah, and the first DLC is called Ashes of Malmuth, which covers from here. So Act 5 covers from here till Barahom and this like green area. Why is it green though? No, no, no. Maybe cover this fully. This area full is Act 5, and from Lone Watch till full Malmuth City, it's Act 6. And Act 7 is the second DLC, and this consists of all this place, the whole Korwan Basin. It all is in this way. So these are the 7 acts. So how the game works is like, wait, let me check. Okay, faction. Wait. First. Let me talk about classes. Classes are what everyone wants to learn more about. Like, the game is made for it, bro. So this is how early game looks like. See, the game is actually slower at the start, like how every ARPG should be. But actually, till the end of Act 1, till this end, it will probably be slow until like level 20. And it also depends upon what type of class and skill are you aiming for, what type of character you're playing. It depends on that. So typically, to choose a character, you need to be level 2, and then you will be able to choose a character. Where is and at level 1 at level 1, you will be given a sword and shield, all bad items, but you will also be given 2 potions which you can rebind. I think I rebind it to Q and E. I think it's 9 and 0 or left click and right click. I don't know which one it is, but I think yeah, these two better to rebind, and these two will be your source of regen for health and both energy. And this will probably be your most useful stuff. You will probably use it most of the time. When you're suddenly low, you should probably click it. Okay, so we are level 2, and this is our class system. If you press yes, it will show class, all the class, and if you already picked any points, it will show inside it. Reminder, if you pick the class, you cannot take it back. So let's say I click it. If I go out, then I can never undo it. Now is the time to undo and undo class also. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 classes, along with the 10th class will be coming at the next DLC, which is probably to come next within next year, and I hope so. Okay, so we have soldier, soldier or normal warrior guy, soldier. Okay, okay. One thing. Before anything, I wanna talk about this thing here. Um, we have attributes. Attributes you get after each level up, and sometimes through quest. You don't care, but it's basically points you can spend on these three. Physique. Physique is basically more tankiness and more regeneration. Okay, more tankiness and more regeneration. Cunning is basically uh, a damage. It increases physical, pierce, bleed, and internal trauma. I will let you know what those are, but it's basically damage increase, crit increase, all that. Okay. Spirit is all based upon magic and energy region for all the poison, aether, vitality, chaos, all those, any type of like magic type abilities or energy, spirit is used. Health and energy, how it's normal. Energy is just read this, bro. Offensive ability and defensive ability. So offensive ability, they have given, you can read it, but I'll also say offensive ability means it's your chance of attacking a target and also critting them. Basically a crit chance, increaser, also hit increaser. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say. Sorry, my bad. Basically, the more you have this, the more you can have this. Okay, so how damage is calculated is when you're fighting an enemy. Let's say this guy was there. So it will calculate when I use my attack. It will it will first check my offensive ability and his defensive ability. My offensive and his defensive when I attack, and it will check whether my offensive ability is greater than his defensive ability. If mine is greater, then I have a higher chance to crit, and I have a higher chance to attack also. See, chance to hit is 95.4 for the Walking Dead, probably the last guy I fought, and chance to crit was 5.4%. We don't know how much his OA was. Pretty much we won't know, but thing is, there are websites having stats for bosses later, for harder bosses. So sometimes it's a useful thing to know. It's always important to tackle powerful bosses later. So, and defensive ability similarly works like if you have a higher defensive ability, they cannot crit you, and their chance of hitting you will be less, so that you will be more safe. So this is for more damage. If you want to put more chance for a damage, this is for more chance of a defense for or a block. That's how these two are. Damage per second, it only checks your weapon attack. so don't care kind of. It is good for like skills that use default weapon, but when you have like multiple slots of damage in other places, this won't show the best thing, but it will show for a particular skill or a particular or your weapon attack both. It will show how much each does. So it's good to know, it's good to know at least. Fine. Armor is is an interesting mechanic really. So there is armor rating, and there is armor absorption here, and there is chance to hit area, and there is head, shoulder, chest, arm, leg, feet. All these six, these three. And while you move on the game, you will get more items to fill in these slots, and they will all have an armor rating. This has C. This has 12 armor. This has 12 armor. Okay. What the thing is? The other armor ratings are all 0, and these two have 12. Chance to hit area will always be the same for everything. It's 15% for head and shoulder, 26% for chest. Why it's 26%? Because chest is the biggest part of this lady, and head and shoulder are pretty similar. It's just out of your body, like this place. This has like 24% of your body coverage. These two are kind of less, so they just it's just number, bro. It's just number. That's how it works at least. That's how you know. And there is also armor absorption. What happens when armor is basically um, armor is the thing that will help you in for versus physical attacks, any kind of physical attack. And every zombie, every enemy in this game has some kind of physical attack. So armor is always good. Not every enemy, at least most at least most. So what is the thing is, um, when let's say a guy attacks you for like 100 physical damage, 100 physical damage, and let's say your armor rating is like 50 on head and shoulder, 50 on head and shoulder, the 12, it's 12, arms and feet is 0, let's say. So any hit that can be done by an enemy has a chance to hit in one of these six, and these are its percentages. So it has a 25%, 26% chance to hit in the chest. So most likely, out of these six, it's possible to hit in chest. And even the legs has the second most probability to be hidden, but we will never know because it's random, right? That's how it is. So anywhere it hits, let's say it hits the chest. If it hits the chest, you have 12 armor rating. You have 12 armor rating, and he dealt 100 damage, 100 physical damage. So 100 minus 12 is 88, right? So you will get 88 damage in your you will be hit for 88 damage. If the guy hit in your head, and I said right, head has 50 armor rating. Let's say head has 50 armor rating, and if it's hit in the head, 100 minus 50 is 50. So you will be hit for 50. That's how it works. Okay, that is for these two. My bad. That is for armor rating alone. But what is armor absorption? Armor absorption will essentially only absorption will make sure only the percentage of the armor works in your favor. What I mean by that is, let's say the head, which has 50 armor, it has 50% absorption rate. Let's say, okay, 50 armor and 50% absorption rate. What it means is it has 50 armor, but the armor can absorb only 50% of its value. So out of the 50, it can only absorb 50%, which is only half of the amount, half of the armor rating can be absorbed by the armor. So basically that means if the guy hits for 100 damage, it's not 100 minus 50 anymore, it's 100 minus 25, because the armor is now less, and that armor absorption is for everything. So if you have 0%, I don't think the minimum is 70, so don't care for it. You will be hit for the full damage, but that's how it works. At least, yeah, that's how it works at least, okay? Now to resistances. Resistances are one of the most important things in this game, because as important as armor rating though, but still, armor is also really important. So this game is basically knowing which enemy you are fighting, which resistance to work for, and which and having decent stats everywhere. That will most probably help you in most of the game, most of the playthrough. And I'll just explain this. Okay. So first we have fire, cold. We know cold, lightning, and fire has burn. It has burn. It doesn't have burn. Is just um, dot effect, damage over time. It just ticks. That's all. Nothing. No real debuff for any of these um, secondary dot effects. Okay. And cold has cold or frostburn, secondary frostburn. Okay. Lightning has electrocute damage. Okay. Poison has it's poison, acid poison. That's easy. Piercing is interesting. I'll come later. Piercing is interesting. Bleed works normally. Vitality has also vitality decay. So these four had a secondary damage over time, but pierce and bleed won't have a damage over time, because they don't have a uh, they don't have a secondary effect. Okay. Aether also don't have, I guess. Yeah, fuck. My bad. Aether and Chaos also don't have. Only these five has secondary effect. Second damage over time. Okay. And Aether and Chaos are like specifically related to the monsters here. These all at least you can understand. Vitality is skeleton damage done by skeleton. That is vitality. Okay. Bleed is basically bleed and piercing. Piercing is. I mean, you know. Okay. And the last one is physical resistance. Now you should ask me. You can't ask me, but the thing is, there is armor already for physical damage. Why is there physical resistance? The thing is, physical resistance has a damage over time effect. Physical damage has a damage over time effect called as internal trauma, which is written here. And for internal trauma, okay, it's not a damage over time, it's a secondary effect. My bad. A secondary effect called internal trauma, and for that resistance, there is physical, and that's why you will get everything in here. You can get it to 80% or more, but this thing you can never find it easily. But it's fine, it's not really that useful. It's probably useful later for like huge bosses, but not really that that needed early at least. So it's fine. And here you will have your damage per hit for your weapon attack, which is my L here, and my R I haven't bound anything, so it's NA, and my weapon damage, which is this one. It says 6 to 15 here, and it says 7 to 18 here, and that is because um, I don't know why. um, Basically, a small it's something somewhere I forgot. I'm not new to this game, but I haven't played in a long time, and I am kind of new also. But it's fine. It's fine. I just let you all want to know how this game works. And these are our stats here. These are all pretty self-explanatory. Uh, this is no one cares. These many things no one cares really. These are all the skills. This you will not, at least for beginners, don't care, bro. These are modifiers. Basically, whenever you increase your skill level, whenever your weapons get see, for example, in soldier, we have many skills, right? Many skills. Each skill, for example, this skill has a physical damage, offhand damage, and it has a stun. Okay, this skill has a main hand damage and a physical damage. Okay, this skill has a main hand damage, bleed damage, and other things will go. Okay, so basically, every skill has a combination of damage types, of like the damage types you're going to do, along with the extra debuff or like extra crowd control, any effect that is adequately needed. Okay, um yeah, and for in each class there is this like line that is connected to two of these, whereas few things are like not connected at all. This is this essentially makes you the thing this is like this shows you like which is the main skill. This one which has three, this one which has three, this one having two, and this one having two, and these two. These are all main skills that you will be using for mostly damage. Sometimes this is for like shield and purpose, but these are your main skills that you will be using, these three skills and all. And these skills for most of the time will be additional stats, buffs, like this for buff or like debuff. Okay, you get it right. Most of these are like you just press it and it will give you a buff kind of. So that's how these will be mostly your damage skills. Okay, and every class, for example, this class has like three like this, and this one has many single skills. Let's say Nightblade has like, see, like Nightblade has like one skill that has everything here, but this one is different. This one is basically, I mean, okay, I want to say one thing. Take this skill for example. Let's take the first thing. The first thing it has, it unlocks dual wielding. It unlocks dual wielding for melee, and the next thing is it has pierce and cold damage increase and armor increase. That's fine. It has pierce and cold, and this one has main hand damage and physical piercing. Okay, this one has poison. Okay, This has piercing again. This has pierce and bleed. This has cold. So when you're trying to have multiple damage types, when you're having multiple damage types, essentially your character will be weaker because um, one of the fundamental things about bosses is they have huge health bar and huge resistances. So one of the things that you'll be investing a lot is resistance reduction skills, which let me check, might be somewhere here. There are a few skills that reduce resistances. Where? Um, let me go to fire. This is a fire build. For the most part, it has also lightning, but most is fire. Okay, so let's say thermite mine. See, it says fire. The flame mine has fire damage, burn damage, and -3% elemental resistance. -3% means whenever someone is in the fire, in the flame place, in this ability, their resistance is reduced by 3% here. And when you upgrade it a lot, it will become around 25 to 30% reduction, and that will help a lot in fighting bosses. And by the way, elemental means elemental is the whole combination of fire, cold, and lightning. Sometimes you'll get only fire res or only cold res. Sometimes you will get elemental res, which reduces everything or which buffs everything. So that's something you should know. Okay. And now we will go to reading everything. So soldier is basically our tank here. Not tank. Let's say fighter. Okay. Demolitionist is our ranged guy, or not even ranged. It's just fire damage guy. He has good fire damage all around, and also lightning, fire and lightning. And he also has like bombs. This guy has a grenado bomb, thermite mine. It's something, but the canister bomb. He has many bombs he can throw. He has some traps. You can play around this if you want like a trap bomb kind of guy. He has also Blackwater Cocktail. If you like Blackwater Cocktail, you can play this. Occultist. Occultist is our witch guy. Basically, this guy is a vitality and poison. I think. Wait, vitality and poison. So this guy basically provides so much debuff. He has many debuff. For example, this one has like movement speed for enemies, -5% physical resistance, -8% bleed. Okay, and this secondary has like many resistance reduction, and he also has like buffs, acid buff, acid damage plus buff, plus you get an OA health region, all those things. There is 20 acid retaliation. And what do you mean by retaliation? Retaliation is basically skills where it's like Thornmail in League of Legends. Not Thornmail. I mean it's Thornmail. Whenever you attack someone, you take some damage based on it. Whenever you attack, so that's how it works. Yeah, I think that's how it works because I don't know. I haven't played any retaliation build, so my bad. Please let me know in the comments, I guess, if I'm wrong, but hope it's good. And yeah, it's buff. Okay, it's buff, debuff, along with like you also has like pets here. Pets are basically summons or your like how do I say characters you that will follow around you and fight for you. That kind of. You have a Raven here. Raven which does some lightning attack and she will provide a buff for you. She also provides some buffs for you. There is a dog, Hellhound. Hellhound is fire and chaos damage, and he also is like really good for few builds. Nightblade. Nightblade is, as I said, dual wielding. You can dual wield, but there are many things you can do also. And he can have poison. He can have pierce. He can have bleed. He can have cold. He has four variations for the build. I think yeah, four variations I guess. Yeah, and it's okay. One thing I want to say here, you don't want to always put in. You can play for one damage type alone. For example, just take poison. Just play poison, occultist, nightblade, both as poison. You can play for poison. It's fine. It's fine. But you can also play fire and lightning, any dual vitality aether. Like it's fine to play two types of also. Not really bad, but just know that getting resistance reduction is hard. Not hard, but you want to maximize your reduction so that the bosses will die faster because bosses in late game. I mean, it depends on a build. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so let's go. And Nightblade also has like some single skills which are buffs for the most part. It has vitality also. I didn't know it has vitality. Okay, and yeah, check it out. It's also a fun one. And by the way, there are two things. I forgot to mention this. The thing is, Grim Dawn lets you choose two of this always, and that's why you will not end up in any of these. You will end up in a mix of this. And for example, let's say Soldier and Nightblade. If you combine these two, you will get Blade Master. And similar goes for every combination. Every combination you can make in the game, there is a name for it. And that's why everything is considered as a class. So there are 36, 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6, 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, 17, 8 plus 7, okay. 8, 15, 21, 26, 30, 33, 35, 36. Okay, 36 then, yeah. So we have 36 classes, and there is this thing called devotion. You can open this. This is basically, let me wait. So this is the first thing. In this class, you can choose what all skills you want. And after like level 10, I think at level 10 you can unlock this one, and there you can choose another one, and you can choose what to play around this. Thing is, after these two, there is also devotion, which has 55 points, and all these points you will unlock by, there are shrines. They are called shrines around everywhere in this place. They are few only, not that much, but they are everywhere in this place. And after after cleansing all the shrine, each shrine, you will get a point that you can spend on this devotion. And this is another fun part of Grim Dawn, where um, there are like five colors: red, blue, yellow, right? Yellow, purple, and green. And here, if let's say if you're playing a poison build, let's say you're playing a poison build, type poison, you'll see what and all has poison damage or anything related to poison. It will be marked as red. And basically, you want to find what is good for your build. Sometimes, for example, people love Manticore. Manticore is his name, because people love getting this has a reduction in target's resistance, so that's a good one. Murmur's Kiss has minus 6% poison and acid resistance, so that's also good. By the way, this has minus 6% poison and acid resistance, and this has 10 reduced target's resistance for 5 seconds. Both are pretty much the same, but they are also different. And that goes deep into what we are trying to cover today. So I will, maybe ask in the comments. I will type a paragraph for it, but I'll let you know soon. Maybe in another video. If you want, let me know. I mean, everyone knows, but for new people, okay? And that's how people find their builds here. There are many things here you can check. You can also not just damage for like defensive. Let's say for defensive, you can you get defensive ability here and all. Let's say you need a armor. It will show you what and all things you can get for armor. These can be essentially used when you like miss specific, like you are you need this, you need slightly more damage, slightly more resistance, or something like that. This can be really used. And when you touch in any of these constellation, these are called constellation, I think so, maybe. For example, Viper, it has affinity requirement and complete constellation bonus. So what does that mean is, at the start of the game when you have 0, there are like 5 things, and each if you complete, if you click on it, basically because this one is not considered anything, so if you touch this, you'll get 1 point and 5% health also. And 1 point in red means you can unlock whatever has affinity requirement 1, and your affinities will be shown here. Wait, let me take my this build. Okay, this is my like level 100 build. Okay, purifier. And let's say you have like 15k health. In most of the points are in physique, because I'm a ranged build, and to not get one shot, people mostly spent in physique, because physique is like probably the best stat out of all these 3. Cunning and spirit are only required for a weapon requirement. For example, this weapon you have at the bottom, you see required player level 94 and required cunning 552. So essentially for that I spent a few amount of points. I spent 23 points in cunning, but most of the points I spent in physics, so that's how it is. And mine is a range like a fire build. That's why I have zero spirit and more cunning. Um, but here it says physical pierce, bleed, and internal trauma. Don't. Um, that is the problem here, which is cunning is basically for melee. Cunning is basically for melee build or gun builds, and spirit is only for caster build or a pet build. For those two, spirit is better. Okay, and here I have devotions. I have a good amount of devotions everywhere. I hope I don't do. Wait. Okay. Okay, I'll just say it like this because I'll probably forget. No, no, no. We have to do it. We have to do it, bro. We have to do it. Um, okay. I reset all my devotions, and now I have 55 points. Okay. Let's say I start through here. Not really. Fuck. Let's say I start through here. Huh? Whenever you get a 1 point here, 1 point, all the things. This has affinity requirement 1. This has 1, but in blue. This has in yellow. So these all are unlocked for us now. These all have affinity 1. So these all are unlocked. And like for example, I need to get this one. This one is what I want. This one has affinity requirement of 8 and 18. So these two should be 8 and 18. And whenever you finish a constellation, you get completion bonus 2 and 3. That's how you increase your points here, and that's how you get to here. This is like a fun mini game, but it also helps your overall game also. So let's say I finish this build, finish this one, and now you will see these two increase. See, 3 and 3, huh? And there are skills here which think I did World of Renewal. Okay, whatever. There are skills bound to specific skills that you have in this. You need to bound it to specific skills, but that you will learn later. It's fine. And you have 3-3 now. I finished this. I have 6-3 now. This. Do I need Hound? These two I finish 2-3 and another 4. I get 8-10 now. And by the way, also, what did I buy here though? Did I buy crane? Think I did. No, I don't think so. I forgot. We did it. So I bought Bill of Ratosh. No, I had Soleil. I had Soleil. Soleil needed 6 and 4. Probably this and this. And I also did this one. This needs 3 purple, and purple needs Falcon then, but Falcon is useless. Where did I have purple though? Quill? I think quill. Quill, and I get this. And now I go Ratosh. You need 8 and 18. So I need eel is probably fine, no? Yeah, you get Empyrean. Okay. I didn't fully complete it, but I'll show you how to complete it now. Okay. So now this is another important point of devotions where now you see your affinities, right? Now you see your affinities. You have 8, 18, 4, 9, 5, 9, 3. And these three, if you don't want, um, she will be here for the most part. I'm late game, so she went to another place. She died, but I have another girl. Um, so, oh no, my bad. So here, okay. So this is the girl. You can remove your points. If you press in it, you can remove your points. So you can add anywhere later. You can add it here. You can add it here. Anywhere later. I will add it here itself. And also, by the way, point spending here. That's how you unlock each level of skills here. When you have 1 point here, you can unlock these three. You cannot go to anywhere at the end here. For that, you need to go slowly. At 10, you can unlock this. 20 for this, 30 for this, and you can go to 50 for unlocking all this if you want. Okay. And so let's come back to this one. So basically, we aren't allowed to take our points normally, but let's say I got Soleil, right? I got Soleil by getting Jackal and spending a point in this one, so I got four affinity, so I could use this. And after this, I made this, which uh, this one gave me a completion bonus of 1 red and 1 green. This gave me a completion bonus of 2 red and 3 green. So basically, I have 9 green already because these two completed itself gave me 3. Okay, and let's say something else gave me another red. There is nothing that gave me red though. I think staff gave me. So staff gave me 2 red and 3. So basically, this is 3, this is 1, and the rest is all from the constellations already bought. If you don't want a certain constellation, you can try here and go and remove. How many Aether do I have? Removing takes Aether crystal, so it is what it is. And Aether crystals are like hard to get. See, I could remove these two, but I couldn't remove because it has a dependency, Light of Empyrean. Because Light of Empyrean affinity requirement was 8 and 18. And if I remove this, which is a blue, this is blue. No, this is yellow. If I remove this, it will become 7 and 18. and that would make it not work. So that's why it's not. Where is this? So that's why this is not allowing me to take it out. But for these, it allowed me, and similarly, this we can remove it now. Simple as it. And now we go back to our own devotion, and we do it. One more point, I think I can get somewhere. Where though? Or maybe not. I'm supposed to get it somewhere though. Did I do bull? No, no, no. I mean, it's fine at least for now, right? I think it's fine as it is. I'll probably change it slightly later. Okay, okay. Now I think we can. Can we remove this? No. Maybe. I mean, okay. Let's think about it later. But that's how it works, okay? So, see, I'm a demolitionist, an inquisitor, and my name is Purifier with these stats. You have everything here, levels around 80, 70, 80, and everything. You have only 13 here. Physical is that hard to get. And let's say I press my button here, it all went up. My This has some resistance amplification, so it went up. That's how it is. And my OA and DR like this, but it will my OA will be 3k if I start fighting someone. That's how one of my skills work. There's also defense skills here, chance to block. I don't have a shield has things for all this. These resist you can get in either um, these items, or you can get it through devotions, or through another thing which is called crafting, which I will go now. We'll go there now. And that is crafting. So after, so these are the shrines that I told you. These are shrines. They will be around the city, everywhere. Not everywhere, at least in a few places. And this is how these are how you get devotion points. And in Burwich, you will unlock this guy first time. And first time you won't have all this. You won't have probably most of this. What you will have is this. These are components. Not everything. You'll have amber antivenom salve, ballistic plating, I think so, and a few other. Not these. Chillstone, coldstone, bristly fuller. All these you will get. All these you will get just by playing the game. They will just spawn out. They will just you will just get by killing or like looting places. And each of it has some unique things. For example, let's take coldstone. If you can see, it has a used in melee weapon, shielder, and cast raw fan. That means this is an item that can only be used in this one on your items, okay, on your weapon item kind of. And for this one, for coldstone specifically, it's melee. so I cannot use it because I'm using a gun. Example, chill steel, it can be used in any weapon, shield or cast off hand, so anything. For dense fur can be used in any armor, so anything these can be okay. And everything gives a buff, a type of buff. This one can be used in amulet. Amulet is this one, and medal is this one. Each one you will learn eventually. Each one you will learn eventually. Like everything is like items, right? And I mean, some things after finishing Act One, you'll probably unlock crafting, and you'll probably have to put a lot in each of these. And for that, you'll need what people call everything for most things, not for most, at least for all the important ones to construct. People want aether shard, not shard, aether crystal. People want aether crystal. You will get in Act 1, but this will be your main source. Just want to let you know, okay? And these are essentially blueprints that you will find in the latest, in mid game, probably. In mid game, you will get blueprints, and blueprints will help you make weapons which you want. For example, there is like, let's say White Lotus. For White Lotus, you need these four components, and you can make this one. Simple as that. Um, and these components you will get to know each. It's kind of fine. You just play the game. It's fine. And what else? Relics. Basically, another item slot kind of. You will get to know. You will get to know. Okay. And no one cares about this, bro. So early game is actually really slow. Late game, I mean, my build is not fully late, but I did kill Lokar with this multiple times to get his set. So my build is still fine to showcase. For example, let's go to how the game plays. Let's just play for a while. My build is of fire, full fire, only fire, not even lightning. Full fire and with spread, so much spread damage. And this is just me here collecting some things here. And you see, some guys have stars in them, some guys don't. These are hero monsters. They will grant loot upon killing them. If you kill them, they'll grant loot. Okay. And those are hero monsters. Boss monsters have a skull. Boss monsters have a skull. And this is a shrine. It's already restored, but this is very good your devotion. Okay. And I just go back. So what else do I want to cover? It's already big enough. Faction is important. My bad. So first, I will let you know all the factions that we have. Devil's Crossing is a faction. Homestead is a faction. In Soros Bastion, you can either choose uh, left side, which is Order of Deathswiggle, I guess, and in the right side, it's Kaiman's Chosen. You can choose, but it's more lore oriented. Learn the lore, it's fine. Okay. There is Arkovia. There is a small team here, which is also a faction. Fort Icon. It's a faction. It's mostly related to Homestead though, so it's still a faction though. And in Act 5, Barahom, it's a faction. Commons Refuge, it's a faction. Malmeth has one faction here. And at the start of this place, Conclave of the Three, you have three factions, and you are supposed to play alongside one. But you can access three also. These are all the factions, and factions have like four level of advancement here. My fourth is locked for Devil's Crossing, but I think I finished almost for everything except for Devils and yeah, except for Devil's Crossing only. And basically, each tire gets more loot. You get more. These are blueprints that you will get. You can get. You can unlock more items here. These are um, these are augments, and basically these you can apply as your third enhancer. I mean second enhancer. After crafting and putting a component, you can add this, and yeah, it's more buff for it. And you have this paper. This paper will it will give reputation, more reputation if you have it with you. And how to get reputation? Basically, if you check Devil's Crossing, you get reputation gained from killing this guy, Crowley's gang, by quests, by bounties. For Cult of Soleil, killing this type, quest bounties. Kaiman's Chosen, killing Clothonian, out of the quest and bounties. Okay. Similarly, for all our friendly factions, similarly we have enemy factions also, and these are all the type of enemies that you will encounter in this game. And by killing more, you will at the end you will get nemesis, which is basically means. So let's say I unlocked Beast Nemesis, Ethereal Nemesis, and Arcovian Undead Nemesis. So whenever I play the game, anywhere in this place, anywhere in any place, they have a chance to spawn, and this is where I will show you all types of monsters. I think we go there itself. Yeah. So hope I don't spoil much though. So these are normal monsters, just things. And that is a hero monster, like I said earlier. There must be a boss monster. Okay. Forget this gimmick actually. It's fun, kinda not useful. Just hide items here. Where is that guy, bro? think we'll get to meet him here. I mean, that is a hero monster. And now we will fight a boss monster. Okay, there are many monsters, but see, with this skull, he's a boss monster. Oh no. Is he coming inside? He's not coming inside, right? So this is a boss monster. It's technically the final boss of Act One. So you can fight bosses multiple times if you relog in. Okay, so that's how a boss monster is, and this is how a nemesis is. Okay, nemesis are really hard. Okay. Essentially, wait. Wait. Okay, that's how nemesis are. And after nemesis is a tier called as celestial bosses. While there are few celestial bosses that are not that hard, there are few bosses that are super hard, and they are essentially locked behind really hidden quest. So if you read the lore, if you are willing to read the lore, and if you also got a special quest, sometimes there are like quests that won't have it in here, but it will say like when you pick certain thing in place, you can try to solve it on your own, or there are some YouTube guides you can check for celestial bosses. They are the hardest bosses in this game. They'll give you wide variety of like it. They will give you fun, bro. Yeah. What else is there in the game? There is Shatterer. Aside from celestial bosses, which are like super good bosses, this is celestial. There is Shatterer, which has, which will basically, it's basically generator, not a build generator, map generator, and in the map, you will be fighting all types of bosses, powerful bosses with so much buff, and you will also have more debuff, kind of. Yeah, that is basically Shatterer. That is endgame. Endgame. Okay. What else? Totem and these all we did. Okay. Devotion we did. SR is fine. We did crafting and blueprint. We did weapons. I will just let you know. It's fine. Okay. So what are all the type of weapons? Example, we have axe, sword. Um, this is a crossbow. We have two-handed. We have one-handed double ranged guns. We have a caster. We have scepter along with the caster offense. we have not axe. What is it? Mace. We have mace, and that's all in terms of weapon. And that's all, pretty much. Uh, Totems. So totems. Sorry guys, this was made so. I think this is such a low effort, but I just want to at least start something so that I want to do this more. I will do this better in the future episodes. Okay. Let's. Right, my bad. I mean, maybe. So this symbol is a totem. What it means is you will unlock this early itself. You will always have a totem anywhere in your place. And totems basically they spawn random enemies, but they are not actually random. It depends upon. So for savage totem, there are like a few type of bosses that can spawn from here. See, like, and they mostly drop like good loot. That's why people do this. And I got a blueprint. Good. I got few stuff here. Okay. As soon as getting a blueprint, take it out, because if you if you have already learned a blueprint, it will never come back again when you do it. So that make sure you get all new every time. If you have a blueprint but you did not click it or like learn it, and in the future you might get the same blueprint again, that means you won't get any other new, right? That's why. Okay, so this is how totems work. Difficulty level, I think we will go back to that thing. Difficulty level, and I need to fully show you classes. I'll show you once. Difficulty level, there is elite and ultimate. After finishing act 4 at Necropolis, you will unlock elite and ultimate, but elite has minus 25% resistance reduction in all of your wait, I'll show you. So in all of your resistances you'll have minus 25%. So if you had a 70 fire and 50 cold, now you will have 45 and what is 50 minus 25? 25. 45 and 25. This is for elite, and for ultimate you'll have minus 50% resistance for everything except physical. Physical you won't have anything. Okay, so if you had a 70 and 50, now it would be 20 and 0. And having less resistance means they could kill you easily. That's why players will often max out their resistance, which is 80. 80 is the cap for all the resistance. They will max out, and they will try to increase everything by at least 40 or 30, 40, 50, anything. They will try to increase mostly, so that when they go into ultimate, they will have it still at max. At least it's good for hardcore, but people don't care about it. It's fine. You can play whatever you want. People usually don't play ultimate, or usually don't play elite. They just skip and go to ultimate, because elite was introduced back when the game had no DLC, and when you are essentially finishing Necropolis, you will be around 40 to 50 in terms of level, probably around 40 to 50. So having level 50 is not probably having level 40 is probably not enough. So they will finish at 5 6 in Ashes of Mammoth. And I recommend you to never finish this thing, okay? In this game, in the main at least, considering no enemies, no celestial boss, and no nemesis bosses, I think Korvak, Korvak, the final boss guy here, is the strongest. He will kill you in hardcore. So I always finish it around here. I will not fully finish it. And whenever you go to ultimate or elite difficulty, you will start from the first. Like how I started here, you will start from the first, but you will have all your weapons, all your things, like all your things you will have. So elite and ultimate are basically you're just going to play the game again. That's why people also skip elite and just go ultimate. It's just easy. Okay. And finally, we'll just see all the rest five. I think night played we saw Arcanist. Arcanist, Arcanist is our magic. It has Aether, elemental, elemental Aether, elemental here. It has fire and Aether in this skill. It has elemental. It has elemental, every elemental and Aether, bro. It has Aether. Okay. This is Arcanist. It has some good combinations also. Shaman. Shaman is lightning, bleeding, lightning, bleeding, and vitality, I guess. Shaman is lightning, bleeding, vitality. I don't think so. Yeah, it has. Sorry. And it has also a pet, a doggy called Briarthorn. And yeah, it has only a doggy. Does it have anything? It has okay. It has also primal spirit. Primal spirit is a bear. I don't think. I don't know. I forgot. Check with this. This has more summons. It has summons. It's also good for lightning builds. For lightning specifically, shaman is good. That's Inquisitor. Inquisitor is basically dual wielding, fire, fire elemental, and like it's mostly ranged. This is more ranged. Demolitionist was more fire, lightning, elemental. Inquisitor is basically ranged. Arcanist and Shaman are basically casters. Arcanist is mostly caster. Okay, caster kind of spellbreaker kind of thing. Shaman has like all around. Shaman is like all around. It has pets. It has damage. It has buff debuff. Yeah, it is more all around. Necromancer. You have skeleton. You have Blight Fiend, which is like a tanky, not even poison tanky, some guy. You also have the Reaper, not Reaper, sorry, Wraith. Yeah, this guy is like a one man army kind of guy. And you also have some normal caster build also, along with some poison. So there are many type of build you can do here. Oathkeeper is soldier, but more tanky and less damage oriented, I guess. I don't know. I forgot, bro. My bad. Oathkeeper, I think, is has fire, has physical, but for every retaliation type of build, which I have never played, Oathkeeper is probably the best to have. But it's also the weakest early game. Yeah, that's it, I guess. Oathkeeper is soldier, but less damage, more tankiness. Just remember that, okay? And any combination of two, have play it, have fun. Um, so that's it, I guess, guys. If there is anything I missed, let me know in the comments. I will probably make a video, or I'll just type it in the comments. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending. I don't know how. I don't know how much I was, bro. 2 hours? Is it 2 hours? Ain't no way